Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is SmartPlans Overview. And so, if you are watching this on a recording from our YouTube channel and you have any questions as we're going through this process, please feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. Again, the ones that are joining us here in our live class, if you have any questions during the class, feel free to drop those in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them. If I don't happen to see them while I'm teaching, no worries. I will stay a couple of seconds after class and get those answered for you, no problem. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Let me clarify right off the bat what a smart plan is versus a campaign. And over here on the left-hand side of your command, you can see your icons. Well, your command smart plans are going to be the fourth one down, kind of a bullet point list with a little cogwheel in the corner. And then also your campaigns are right here. They're a bullhorn, megaphone, whatever you want to call that thing. If you're not familiar with the icons, you can always click that red KW at the top and it'll pop out the names for you. So smart plans are going to be a way to nurture your database. It's to nurture the contacts that you already have. It can do things like email. It can help send text messages. It can create tasks for you as an agent. It can automatically start your contacts on a smart plan. So there's a lot that I want to show you today that it can do for you. But in contrast, you do have campaigns and things like an email campaign would be similar to a smart plan. However, think of it as kind of like an email blast. It's a one and done kind of thing. It's not repeating. It's not continuous. It's not nurturing. It's not multiple steps, things like that. An email campaign is going to be more of a one and done kind of thing, and it's going to be a one time deal. Okay. All right. And those are also great for getting leads as well. Okay. So just wanted to help clear that up. The next is the prep work for your smart plans. There's a couple of things that you just want to make sure is tidied up and ready to go before you jump into smart plans. It just makes your life a little bit easier to get the front work done. And so I just want to show you what that is really quick. First thing to do is to go and check your settings. So over here on the top right of your command where your name is, if you give that a click, there's a settings option right here in that menu. So if you give that a click, this will bring you to your integrations page. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, I just want to show you your command email right here. This is what Smart Plans use to send emails out through your command. Okay. If you want to check what it looks like or what the settings are for that, you can always click Manage right here. Please note it does give you 5,000 free email sends per month. If you're working with a massive database or maybe you heavily use smart plans, you can always increase that plan if you want. Again, that would also be located underneath the Manage button over here. So if I click Manage, right here at the top is how your emails will appear. Now, when a smart plan email goes out from command, it will always say it's from agent and a bunch of numbers and letters at mailerkw.com, something similar to that. It comes from that address, but when the consumers go to reply to your smart plan emails, this is the email address that you have those replies going to. This is also how your name will appear on that email. So you can come and adjust this. Let's say if you're on a team or you have a different name, a marketing brand name, things like that. You can put that here. You can also adjust the reply to email right here. You can choose one of the emails that are associated with your command account, or you can come in here and actually write one in if you need to. You can use the pencil to edit, the trash can to delete, and add one in if you need to. Okay. Down at the bottom, you can see where you can manage your subscription right here. It'll tell you how many emails you've actually sent that month, and then give you the option to manage subscription if you need to increase it for any reason. Okay, but 5,000 a month is pretty big, and you shouldn't have that big of an issue with it. But if you need it and you're heavily leveraging this, by all means, jump in there. It is a subscription, and you'll need to look at those prices and make a decision that's best for your business. Okay, but the 5,000 a month is completely free. All right, so that's one thing in the settings that you'll just want to keep an eye on. The next thing I just want to show you briefly is Twilio right here at the bottom. Twilio is not required to use Smart Plans. If you want to send a text out through Smart Plans, but you do not have a Twilio account, the Smart Plan will simply create a task for you, the agent, and it'll have a little reminder that says send text to and have whatever information you want there. And I'll show you how to personalize that. If you want it to tell you the person's name or the person's number, whatever it is, we can adjust how that task looks for you. and you would just do that manually through your mobile device. However, if you do happen to have a Twilio account, which is an additional cost, there is a way to send text messages through your smart plans. And I'll show you that today. There's something called dynamic texting. It's pretty brilliant. And I'll show you all that in your smart plans today. I just want you to see this down here under integrations. This is where you would connect your Twilio account right here. If you already have a Twilio account, but it's not a KW account, there is a way to possibly transfer that number. You can review all of that information right here by clicking on subscribe in Marketplace. And if you do not have a Twilio account, but you want to get one, this is also where you would click subscribe in Marketplace. Okay. Let us know if you have any additional questions about that, and we can get you some more information. The other thing, just to check briefly, is right here under Connect Settings and your marketing profile. This is the bank of information that feeds out through like your KW website, your apps. It puts your information on your smart plans, things like that. You just want to come in here and make sure this looks exactly how you want it to look. Make sure your headshot is what you want it to be. If you don't have a team logo, you may want to consider just putting a generic KW logo there, or maybe a personal brand logo, something there, because on some designs that you create and command and send out through Smart Plans, it will have a place for a team logo. And if you do not have an image here, it may show broken image. So just on that design. So just go ahead and put a placeholder here. If you need any assistance with this at all, please reach out to us and we can take a look for you. Your information is here. You can also adjust your bio along with your email, your website, your phone numbers, and your market center information should already be here. In fact, if you've been set up by us at Scott Leroy Marketing, all of this should already be completely filled out for you. But there are some things that you can add, like your social links. If you do not have your social profiles and you want to add those, you can do it here. Just make sure that this is what you would like it to be. We do have a video on our YouTube channel. You can look up marketing profile and it will show you exactly how to go field to field on this thing and update it. Okay. And so there is a way to do that in detail if you need it. Let's see what our question is here in the chat. How do you delete a smart plan? You're paying Twilio and don't need it now. So with Twilio, if you need to cancel or handle your subscription, just make sure to go to that integrations page that we were just on, your name and settings, and you can click manage subscription to handle it there, because you would actually handle that directly with Twilio. To delete a smart plan, I can show you how to do that today. Okay. And it will determine like whether you created it or if it was one that you got out of your library, but I can show you how to edit it and actually remove it from your smart plans as well. All right, so we've done the integrations page just to look at that briefly. We've also checked out the marketing profile right here. And I just want to show you real quick in your contacts over here is the icon second from the top. Click that red square if you need it, but contacts are right here. When you come into your contacts, that you do want to go ahead and get those ready to work on your smart plan. So let's think about tagging them. Tagging is an easy way to add your contacts to a smart plan. So you may want to go ahead and tag them. Depending on the type of smart plan you're using, you may want to go ahead and make sure they have the needed information. Like if you know that you're going to send a smart plan that has an email in it, well, you want to make sure these contacts have a primary email address on file in the right field. If you want to use the birthday smart plan or the home anniversary smart plan, you'll want to make sure there's a birthday and or a home anniversary date on the contact. I want to show you how to find those in your contacts right here. So you can use filters, and the filter drawer opens over here to the right. And while these are some options here, I choose the advanced at the top. It's just a little easier and lets you get really nitty and gritty. So right here under select field, let's say you want to find the contacts that do not have a birthday. You want to make that a conversation starter to reach out to your database and get that birthday date. So you can choose birthday right here and actually go in and choose is empty. This means the birthday field on their contact profile is empty and you do not have one on file. So you can hit apply and look at those contacts and you'll know now who to reach out, who needs to have that information added in, right? Sylvia, you said how to duplicate a contact. Are you looking to remove a duplicate or find your duplicates maybe? Not sure why you would want to create a second contact that's matching. Let me know, just let me know a little bit more about your question and I can look at that for you. So this will let you know back to the screen, birthday is empty, means people that are missing the birthday date, but also is not empty. You can go ahead and choose this as your filter, hit apply, and it'll show you the contacts that already have a birthday on file. You can add that birthday tag. And now when you go to do the birthday smart plan, it's just going to make it a little bit easier to get those contacts added to that smart plan since you already know who has the birthday on file. Okay. You can do the same thing with home anniversary right here. And you can also do the same thing with primary email. If you're looking for the ones that already have a primary email address on the contact profile and you want to be able to make sure they're tagged and ready to go for a smart plan, you can come right here, choose that option and choose the is not empty. If you want to see the ones that have a primary email already on file and they're ready to go, or is empty. If you want to find the contacts you need to have a conversation with and actually get their email address, you can do that as well. Okay. If you're looking for more information on how to use our filters, please let us know. Also, you can check out our YouTube. There's more information there as well on the tip videos on how to use your filters. Okay. And Angela, that's a great question. If you will, let me get that right after class, just because it's not really pertaining to smart plans, but I can help go over a little bit of that information for you. Matt, yes, I'm actually fixing to show you how to do tags really quick. To gender, I'm actually going to get to that as well. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read the questions in the chat. That was the quietness right there. So, you're a brand new agent with only a phone number. How can I use a smart plan? If you'll clarify for me, if you only have a phone number that you want to advertise, or your contact only has a phone number and you want to be able to reach them through a smart plan, there's a few things that I can show you how to do and that I'll cover in today's class as well. So back over here to the right, let's say you went ahead and used your filters, guys, and now you're looking at the contacts that you want to add that tag to. They have the information. You can choose one by one right here if you want to choose just the box beside that contact, or you'll notice an actions menu actually opened. So let's say you had multiple contacts here. You can come over here to the right, make sure you're viewing up to 500 contacts per page. And if you have more than one contact, you can choose the select all box right here and choose from the actions menu. And there's a way to add tags right here. So let's say I've already filtered my contacts. These are the guys that I want to put on the birthday smart plan. So I'm going to go ahead and add the birthday smart plan, or the birthday tag, excuse me. So I'll just go ahead and choose that. You can choose multiple if you want. I just want to add that one for today and hit submit. And it does let me know right here in the bottom right that it added it to that contact. I can hit the refresh button just in case it wasn't showing. Sometimes you have to do that. And now it should bring me back to my contact and show me that birthday tag is right there on that. Okay. Also, if you need to add that information like the birthday, the home anniversary, maybe a neighborhood, you can always click on the name of the contact right here and click the pencil. If you want to add that birthday and that home anniversary, it's under add more information. Let's go down a little bit under about. And right here, you have birthday and home anniversary where you can add it, and then you can click save. That's how you would manually add a birthday and a home anniversary. The other thing is neighborhoods that I mentioned. There is a smart plan called Monthly Neighborhood Nurture, and this is a way that your contacts can receive an email once a month, and it will be about the neighborhoods that are right here on their contact profile. Now, the neighborhood may already be added to their contact profile if you already have a primary address on the contact. Maybe you imported them with a contact address already on there, or maybe you've added it afterwards. Usually that will pull a primary neighborhood for you, but let's say it's an address that's not in a residential area. Maybe it's a commercial area, or maybe it's rural, and there's not a designated neighborhood in that area. Then you can come in here and manually add neighborhoods as well, right here by clicking add neighborhood and find on the map. And you can actually, since we don't have an address on file for this person, you can hold the control key down and just zoom in anywhere that you want to and start choosing a neighborhood. Let's see if I can find an area with a neighborhood. There we go. Let me back out a little bit. So all the areas in green are going to be neighborhoods, and you can just click on and then click off as you would like to. Okay. That's how you would add a neighborhood to the contact. And again, think about adding that tag once they have a neighborhood on their contact profile, because then you can go ahead and add them to the monthly neighborhood nurture. As long as they have a primary email address and a neighborhood on their contact profile, you can actually add them to Smart Plans for the monthly neighborhood nurture. There's also another way too, it's called bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, and that would just go out 2 times a month instead of just the 1 time a month. Okay. All right. And so going right back here to the contacts tab, again, add those tags if you want. I see a ton of questions coming in the chat. That is awesome, guys. Keep them coming. I will definitely take a couple of minutes after class to get those answered. And so, but since we're getting so many, I'm just going to keep on trucking so I can make sure I hit everything in the class today. But this is awesome. I'm so glad you guys have questions. That's great. So we're going to keep on moving. And so once you have your contacts here, and again, if you want to send a smart plan that has an email in it, they need to have a primary email address. If you want to use things like the monthly neighborhood nurture, birthday, or home anniversary, that information will just need to be on that contact. On my contact on the screen, I purposely do not have a birthday or home anniversary on file for that one because I want to show you today the error that it'll actually give you to remind you, hey, they don't have that piece of information on file yet. It just is a little fail safe that's built into the system. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. And last but not least, designs right here. If you do want to grab a design and make something custom, you can do that right here under designs. You can come in here and create things that you would like to use in a smart plan. There is a way to send an email that pulls from a design. So you can come in here to designs if you would like. You can always create design at the top right and choose an email format. The email format right here in designs is the one that will be compatible with a smart plan email. So just think email needs an emailed format. Okay. So you can come in here and choose that. Choose from any of the templates that are already here. There are a ton. And you can also start from scratch too if you want. If you want to create a new template or even import an HTML, you have options to do that as well. Okay. I'm not going to jump into that. We have other videos that teach you how to work through designs and customize that if you'd like. But I recommend go ahead and do that as well if you would like to, if you plan on building your own email to send out through a smart plan. But I'm actually going to show you a ton of templates in your smart plans where you don't have to start from scratch. Okay. You don't have to recreate the wheel right off the bat. So let's go ahead and jump into your smart plans tab now that I've shown you all the pre-work and the little things that you just want to make your life a little easier with doing first. So Smart Plans, again, fourth icon down on your left-hand menu here, just to give you some general navigation of this space, okay? So typically in Command, you'll always see a search field in the top left with an action button in the top right. So right here, we do have a way to search through the smart plans that you may already have pulled into your people plans right here. If you don't have any, that's 100% okay. I'm going to show you how to get some today. Over on the right, the create button. This helps you create a smart plan from scratch. It's completely blank canvas. Before we end class today, I'll jump in there, show you what it looks like. But if I did it now, the blank canvas is not really going to make any sense to you. So I'm going to show you how to grab some templates and actually show you the details in another smart plan that's already set up. Okay. Right here, blue banner all the way across. This is just letting you know that you do not have a Twilio account connected. If you do have one, you may not see this blue banner, but more than likely you see the blue banner right here. And there's a quick link right here to go to that KW Marketplace and actually get a Twilio account if you want one. But again, not required at all. It is an additional cost. The thing it allows you to do is send out bulk text through command, okay? And through smart plans. Excuse me, I had the hiccups. It actually will help you automate your texts, okay? So again, that's just what that is. Down here at the bottom, this shows you the smart plans that you've either created from scratch or you've pulled in from right here in the library. Notice that we're under the tab for My Smart Plans. The library is where the other smart plans are that other associates and agents have actually published, as well as KW themselves. And there's pretty great wealth of information back there. We're going to jump in 2 shakes. I just want to show you down here that, let me scroll down to one that has a contact. There it is. So right here, you can actually hit that caret and it'll expand, give you a brief overview of the steps that are in that smart plan if you just need a quick reminder. Over here under contacts, notice these dashes. That means there's no contacts on those smart plans. That means they're inactive. Okay. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting here right here in your tab. Once a contact is added to a smart plan, it is then considered active. That contact will begin moving through the steps on that smart plan. Okay. If you want to see who is on your smart plan, you can always click the eyeball and it'll show you the contacts that are on that smart plan. And this is where you can also come to remove them as well. Okay, there's a lot of ways to add contacts to smart plans. I'll show you that today, but this is where you would remove them. So you can actually come here and click them individually to remove, or you can simply choose remove all at the bottom. Okay, that's how you would remove contacts from your smart plan. Let's say you actually want to deactivate that smart plan, like we had the question earlier, how do you delete a smart plan? If you want to deactivate it, you would remove all your contacts from the smart plan. That makes it deactive. It would still be right here in the list under your My Smart Plans, but it would not be active if you do not see any contacts on that plan. Okay. Over here on the right, you can choose the three dots, and actually there's your delete option right there. Since this one is active, there is a contact that's moving through that smart plan. You'll notice the delete is not an option. Okay, I would actually have to remove that contact first, making the smart plan deactivated. Then I can come in and delete it. Okay, it would just remove it from your My Smart Plans right here. And you can always go back to the library if it's one you got from there and go and grab it again. Okay, if you need it, if it was a mistake, the ones you need to be careful about are the ones you create on your own. Okay, because once you delete it, there may not be a way to pull it back. Okay. At this time, I don't think there is actually. So we've been waiting on an update, but currently there's not a way to pull back once you've deleted one of your smart plans from scratch. Okay. Notice you also have options right here to copy or to publish to the library. If you have made a great smart plan and it is working fabulous for you and you want to share it with your whole KW associates in the KW world, you can do that by clicking publish to library, and then your smart plan would show right here in the library for other agents to grab and use. You do have a copy option as well. If you have a contact on a smart plan, you can't edit a whole lot of it. You can edit some pieces, and I'll show you that in a minute, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to make big edits or changes to that smart plan once a contact is on it and it is active. However, you can come and create a copy of that smart plan, make the changes to the copy, and then add your contacts to that copy, if that makes sense. So then you can actually send it out. Let's say it had a typo in it or something like that. Okay, so there's ways to do things if you've made mistakes. So just let us know, and we can help give you those workarounds to get it corrected for you. Okay. You'll notice also the little person over here on the right with the plus sign. This is one way that you can add contacts to a smart plan. This is a little bit of a slow way to do it. Notice you can do it by tags or just scrolling through and adding them as you click them in the list. These little red updates, those are the ones I wanted to show you earlier. This means they do not have a neighborhood on file. So I wouldn't necessarily want to add them to the monthly neighborhood nurture email because they won't receive the email. They don't have a neighborhood for the system to pull from. So just pay attention to those little red alerts. Those are the ones I was telling you about that would show you maybe if they didn't have a birthday on file, if I was going to add it to the birthday smart plan, those types of things. So I can sit here and add one by one. You can notice you can scroll down and it gives you a viewing 1 of 20 of 46. So I can sit here and click all the way through all 46 if I want. But I can go and do it by tags as well. Remember, I did birthday, but since this is a monthly neighborhood nurture, let's see if I've got a tag with that. So I can grab that tag if I want. I think I initial it as MNN, monthly neighborhood nurture. There it is. So I can grab that tag and view those contacts and add them all if I would like. However, this is going to be a little labor intensive because of having to click through and only add so many at a time. There's a way that you can actually add up to 500 contacts at a time to your smart plan. The 500 is not the max. You can add as many contacts as you need to, but you can lump them, like do it in bulk, 500 at a time. You do that from your contacts tab, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of class. Okay, but this is one way to add, like quick add. Let's say you had one or two that you just wanted to add real quick. This would be an easy way to do that. The pencil right here is your edit button. This is where we're going to jump in and I'll show you where you can edit some of these things on your smart plans. Last but not least, before we jump into the smart plan itself, let's look at the library that is back here. Again, notice you have your search field right here on the top left. You do have some filter options as well as some drop down options right here to help you search. The filter options are pretty great if you know the duration of the smart plan that you want. Maybe you know the exact author. Maybe you know how many times that you want it to actually reach out and touch that contact. You can adjust that here. Maybe you want a smart plan that has been downloaded by a lot of people and has a really super high rating. You can also adjust that right here in your filters, okay? Make it what you want it to be. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a brief overview of the dashboard as if we had not set any filters, okay? First, you'll notice you're featured. There's 8 of them right here. You can tell by the number in the bubble. Featured smart plans are right here. Notice it gives you the name of it, a little blurb about what it does. You can also see how many times it's been downloaded, what the rating is right here. It's had 40 reviews. It has 4.5 stars. That's pretty good. It includes 3 steps. It goes for 31 days. And out of those 3 steps, one of them actually touches the contact. You can also see who the author is here. If you want to view the steps in detail, you can click View Steps. It will give you that brief overview right here showing that this is a contact. It waits 30 days and then it restarts itself. This means you will get a reminder to call that particular contact that's on the smart plan once every 30 days, hence it being called the monthly call plan. If you want to add this into your My Smart Plan so that you can go ahead and start adding your contacts to this and getting it implemented for your database, you would simply click Add Smart Plan, okay? Or you can click Cancel if you want to get out, or the X at the top. There's scroll buttons right here so you can scroll through all 8 of the featured. If you scroll down below, these are the ones that are authored by Keller Williams. I just want to stress these are great plans, guys. The editability is limited because they're really tried and true. They're ready for you to just hit the ground running. Go ahead and add them to your My Smart Plans and make very little changes to them and get them out to your contacts, okay? Or get your contacts added to it rather. These are the ones that are programmed correctly that will pull the information from your contacts in command and actually be able to do like the birthday plan or the monthly neighborhood nurture and also the home anniversary plan. There may be other plans out there, guys, that offer like a birthday plan or a holiday plan, things like that. Just be super careful because if it needs to pull a date off of your contacts, like birthday, home anniversary, or the neighborhoods, like monthly neighborhood nurture, we highly recommend using the KW authored plans as they are coded correctly to pull the information from your contacts. Other agents may have made smart plans that are for somebody's birthday, and when you go to schedule them to start, it is quite possible that all 1,000 of your contacts gets a happy birthday on the same day instead of it actually pulling from the date that's on their contact profile. So be super careful, okay? And so right here, you can see Keller Williams. You also notice it says authored right here. Here's that biweekly neighborhood nurture that we were talking about. It'll go out twice a month. But if we click the arrows over here to the right, this is the birthday plan right here. So if we wanted to grab that one, we can hit Add Smart Plan. It'll let me name it whatever I want to name it. I'm going to go ahead and click download. I'm good with it saying my birthday. And it gives you that green banner of success at the top, letting you know it's now been added to my smart plans over here. As well, if you want to view the steps, you can always click that. This is actually a touch task. Someone was asking earlier about only having a phone number. If you only have a phone number for a contact and you want to add them to a smart plan, they can still be added to a smart plan that may have an email or something like that in the smart plan, or a text even. What the system will do for the text is actually set you up a reminder for you, the agent, to actually text them manually through your device. Since you don't have Twilio connected, it will just give you a reminder. the call task as well, like the phone call right here, it will just create a task for you to remind you to call that person on that particular day. Okay. If you don't have an email address on file and the Smart Plan includes an email, the email obviously will not send to that person and it could possibly remove that person from the Smart Plan. It could possibly bump them out. Okay. And so these are the steps of the birthday smart plan. If you wanted to see them here, we're going to click cancel since we just added that one. And the monthly neighborhood nurture is right beside it. Now, you just saw that we have that active in our My Smart Plan, so we're not going to grab that one. I just want to highlight it to you that this is the one that works correctly. And it is a great way to go ahead and start nurturing your database. Over here to the right, we'll just show you the home anniversary one right here as well. Again, this is the one that is coded correctly to pull the information from your contacts in command. So highly recommend checking that one out. As you go down further down the page, you'll notice you have top rated plans. Look, they have 58 reviews, 80 reviews, 5-star. That's a really great rating. So you'll go through these and see which ones you would like to add to your smart plans. And then what's news down here at the bottom. Notice we have 50 down here. These have not either been downloaded at all or maybe just a couple of times. They don't really have reviews. You can come down here if you like pioneering the market, you want to see what other people are doing just to get out there. This would be a great place to go and see what is brand new when it comes to smart plans. Okay. So you can check those out as well. So let's go back to my smart plans. Now that we grabbed the birthday one, you can see it right here. Okay. And so I'm going to show you, let's just click edit. And I want to show you how it gives you a limited editability because it is a KW plan. You'll notice on the right-hand side, it says KW Williams or Keller Williams Managed Plan. Editing is limited. And the reason why, again, this is made to be tried and true, just easy peasy for you. And so some things are set. What you can change is the name of a smart plan. You'll notice whenever you jump in to edit a smart plan, the name will always be up here at the top. And you can always click that pencil right here and begin editing this field if you would like to. Next is add trigger event. This is one of my favorite things. When you add trigger, this is a way that when you're working in your contacts and command, if you add a tag to the contact, if that tag is a trigger, it can automatically add them to a smart plan right away without you having to come in and manually add the contacts to the smart plan. Okay. So remember, we had a tag that was labeled birthday. You may have one that's home anniversary. You may have one that's MNN, monthly neighborhood nurture. So let's say you got a brand new lead into your contacts and you just realize, hey, I've got a neighborhood added for them. I've got their email address. I want to go ahead and get them started on a monthly neighborhood nurture. You can go ahead and add that tag to the contact in command. As long as it's a trigger right here, it'll go ahead and add them to that smart plan automatically. So right here, I can choose which tags I want to be a trigger. So this is the birthday smart plan. I would just come in here, find my birthday tag, choose that to be a trigger. You can choose up to 10, okay? And then choose that as a trigger. Now it's letting me know that any contacts that already have the birthday tag, they won't be added. This is only moving forward from the moment that I created a trigger. So anybody in the future from this point on that I add that tag to in my contacts, they will be added to the smart plan, which is perfectly fine because anybody that I just tagged as the pre-work, we're fixing to add them anyway. So I'm going to show you how to add them manually anyway by the tag. So we didn't need them to be automatically triggered. So right here again, you can add a trigger event. It's different tags that you want them to automatically get started on the smart plan with. So anybody that I add the birthday tag will be started on the birthday smart plan, and I can confirm trigger right there and go ahead and add it. You'll get a green banner of success at the top. Okay. Then as we move on down through this particular smart plan, you'll notice the first thing is a task for you. You can change the priority level. You can change the days that it's due within and even set a particular time that you want it to be done. You can change the task name and you can even choose merge fields, guys. What this means is when I come into my tasks or my task preview that's on the dashboard in command, I want to already see that person's first and last name in that task so that I know immediately who I'm fixing to reach out to. Makes it a little quicker, right? So you'll notice these merge fields are already right here. It'll pull the contact's first name and the contact's last name from their contact profile. If I want to add other merge fields, you can do it right here. You'll notice your different options as we scroll through here. So if I wanted to go ahead and add their phone number, maybe I wanted to do that in the task description. If it was like a text task, instead of writing a handwritten note, maybe it's for a text. And so I would want to make sure the phone number is here. This one, since you're writing a handwritten note, the merge fields already added are first and last name and also the birthday. It'll pull the birthday right here into the task for you. It's pretty great. And so you also have merge fields again for the task description and the task name. You can even add a hyperlink. Maybe there's something specific that you want to address with them or information you want to reference, things like that. You can put a hyperlink right here to save for yourself. Next, notice it has a delay that's automatically set for 4 days. Typically in another smart plan that's not a KW one, you can alter the days. You can schedule it for up to 364 days of a delay. Like if you had a smart plan that you only want to run once a year. But right here, I can't edit the delays because of it being a KW managed plan. Next is a make a call. Okay. This is another task type, but it's telling you to make a call. And this is their birthday call. Notice it has the merge fields already added for you. It does already put that contact phone number in there as well into the task description so that when this task populates for you in your command at a glance, you'll be able to see the person's name and phone number and their birthday right off the bat. Okay. Makes it super easy on you. Notice another delay. I didn't comment on the bubbles right here. Notice they're blacked out, oh, crossed out really. On this, I'll show you this in another smart plan, but if I wanted to move a step up or move a step back behind something else, maybe I wanted to move this task up above the call, you could do that and it would shuffle the actions right here. I could move it up one, move it down one. I can even delete it or save it as I save my work as I move through. Okay, there is a save button on the top right. Highly recommend going ahead and saving each action step as you work on them, though. It just makes it a little bit safer in case anything happens with your system. You just want to make sure it's saved as you're going. Okay. All right. So I've gone through that briefly when it comes to the birthday smart plan. I actually want to jump into another smart plan for you and show you even more of the action steps where we'll have a little more editability in it. Okay. Again, last thing though, see the little person with the plus sign again? Another way to add contacts right here within the smart plans. You'll see multiple links to accomplish the same thing. It's just for ease of use for you, the agent. But again, it's a little limited, a little clunky. You can only add them in the little chunks at a time. I'll show you how to do it 500 at a time before the class ends, okay? So if you did change anything that you want to save, make sure you hit save before you leave, and we're just gonna hit the back button right here. It is asking me because I didn't save. I just want to yes, discard changes because it's a demo account. We don't want to save it. So I'm actually going to jump into our long-term smart plan because it actually shows you some pretty dynamic texting in here. And so I'm going to click edit for my long-term nurture. This is available in your SmartPlans library. You can go and grab this one. Now notice on the right-hand side, it's not telling me this is a KW managed plan because it was authored by someone else. And you can notice all the different actions that we get to choose from here, okay? So create a task. We just reviewed that one. We've reviewed make a call and now send email. So let's scroll through. There may already be an email one on this one. So let me just see it real quick. Nope. So let me add an email really quick to show you what the emails look like when you add in that step. So I'll just go right here and click a plus sign. We'll drop an email right here. Notice it's right after another action. That means I need to add a delay. Over here on the right-hand side under tips and rules, it will talk to you about the delays that need to be sent. It keeps you from spamming contacts essentially. Like you can't send them 5 texts back to back, right? So you'll want to make sure that your steps have delays set in them and it cannot be less than a 1 day in duration. Okay. Oh, they upped it a little bit. So now Smart Plan total duration cannot exceed 370 days. So let's you go a little over a year. But right here, let me go ahead and grab a delay and I will use my little arrows to move that up. So that way between that text and my email that goes out, I can set a delay of up to a maximum 369 days. So it's a little past a year. So we can just say, I want to wait 2 days in between a text and the email with the information, if that's what you choose to do. For the email action, again, right here, the reply to email was already set when we did our command email at the beginning of class. If you missed that, just come back and watch the archives, but there's a way to set that up in your settings. And then right here for the subject of the email, you can just make it whatever you would like it to be. You get up to 75 characters. And below that, you get to choose a simple or a designs email. Now, simple is exactly what it sounds like. You would just simply type text right here. Okay. You can add a hyperlink. You can still add merge fields if you would like if you would like it to address the person by name. Scroll up a little bit. You can grab that contact's first name and put a comma and make it in whatever format you would like. Email body here. Maybe you want to add download your app link, so you can click a link and add that in right here. And you can add additional merge fields as you would like. And that way it would auto-populate in that email. But remember, this is a simple email. It will not have an email signature. It will not have your branding, things like that. You can't customize it beyond just the text right here. Okay. So if you want to do something a little more graphic, you can always choose design emails right here. Notice that now my text box goes away and I have an option to select a design. You can select design there. It immediately brings open our design tab. This is the templates that we looked at earlier that are all email templates. Notice they're all email format, right? And this will show you the ones that you've actually edited that you want to use. There's 101 in here, and you can load more, grab one of these. We're just going to grab one, and it says, please be aware, edits need to be made now in your designs. Okay. So got it. It's going to open the editor for us in relation to this particular design that we chose. Notice this also has merge fields on it. That means it's going to pull my information from my marketing profile that we went over and reviewed earlier. All that information will plug in here, the logos, my headshot. Here's our graphic that's right there. And at the bottom, it auto puts in like a little footer, a little email signature for you right here, and it will pull all this information. I can simply add things if I want to add more. Let's say it's asking me to add a photo since I drug a photo over. Let me close that. Excuse me, I tickle my throat. Let's say I wanted to add a video. I can do that as well. Just drag and drop and make any edits that you want. Up here under options, you can click to see a preview if you would like. This will show you what your preview looks like. If you close that, then we're going to hit save, say, yes, this is exactly what I would like to send out. It lets me know that it was updated and I can hit the X. It's asking me again, do I just want to save these changes I just made? Why, of course, yes. Hit save changes. And now you'll notice that design is now plugged in to this email. Okay. You also have 3 dots right here. If you ever need to go in and edit that design again, you still want to preview it, or maybe you want to remove it altogether or select a new design. So you've got some options there to go back and rework if you want to. Okay. But remember, working in designs to make that template personalized is a great way to get started before you jump in here, just to save you some extra time once you're in here building your email or building your smart plan. Okay. Next actions on the right, you'll notice a send text. This one already has a text set up, so I'm going to scroll up to show you what this looks like. Notice that, excuse me, it gives you 2 options. Send an automated text, which means we've got Twilio set up and connected, or create a text task. Don't say that 5 times fast. So you can create a text task, and if I were to do that, it would simply look like a task that we've already covered. It would look almost identical to a regular task or a call task. Up here on the top 2 options, it would look very similar to that, except it would simply show you whatever you wanted to send a text to, and it would tell you to give that person or send that person a text, and you would do it from your personal mobile device. Okay. And so, excuse me. Let's see if my voice will hang in for the rest of the class here. So scrolling down, let's assume that we have Twilio connected, even though it gives us a giant red banner and says that we don't. This is what a dynamic text looks like, guys. Dynamic text means that this person, a contact, can go through the Smart Plan more than once and it will not send the same text over and over. It will actually send a different one. So you can send a person through up to 6 different times through a Smart Plan. You can actually send them through more than that. It's just the text, the dynamic text has up to 6 different options that you can add to send to that contact. So the first time Joe Bob goes through this Smart Plan, he would get this first text right here. Notice that it does have merge fields in it as well. So it would include your name or their name, whichever one. This one actually has agent first name, last name. So it would include your name, since I guess it would be similar to your first text to them. You want to let them know who you are. But it would have that. And let's say Joe Bob goes through the Smart Plan a second time. Well, now he'll get this second text. Also notice you have merge fields that you can use to even customize this further, and you can come in here and change the text if you would like to. But there's up to 6 different texts that this person would get if you had them continuously on this Smart Plan. That's pretty fantastic. That's what we call dynamic texting. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you can always choose static. That means there's one set text. No matter how many times that contact would go through this plan, they would always get the same text no matter what. Okay. You also, again, if you don't have Twilio, it's okay. You can hit create a text task. Notice again, looks just like the other tasks that we've covered. Create a regular task, create a make a call task. And it just gives you the same options, priority level and due date, task name and task description. You can add yourself a hyperlink just as quick reference, and you also have merge field capabilities for that as well. Okay, but I just wanted to show you what all this could actually do when it comes to text. Notice over here on the right that we have a couple of other options beyond a delay. You can choose to add to another Smart Plan. This option is up here at the top of this plan, so let me scroll up. Add to another Smart Plan. So let's say that you actually have another Smart Plan you want your contacts to be added to in conjunction with this one. Maybe it's a introduction Smart Plan. Maybe it's the birthday Smart Plan. Now that you're getting them set up and getting associated with this person, you've got them on a long-term nurture. So maybe you have a birthday Smart Plan, maybe you have a home anniversary Smart Plan. Whatever it is, you can choose right here from the drop-down list and choose that other Smart Plan you want them to be added to once they're added to your long-term nurture. Okay. So this would actually, let's say, there's a certain set of tasks that you've created for yourself, or maybe you have an assistant that helps you, and so you want to add them to your task Smart Plan. This maybe it creates tasks for you and your assistant to actually do pertaining to a contact. So you'll want to add them to that Smart Plan, so you have tasks created for you outside of this Smart Plan. Can kind of get complicated, but you can add them to multiple Smart Plans. Just remember that a Smart Plan can trigger another Smart Plan. Okay. So you would add that right here. Also, restart Smart Plan down here at the bottom of this particular plan. It's already in place to restart the Smart Plan, and they want it to repeat 5 times. You can actually change that. It could be unlimited and constantly restart itself if you wanted it to. Okay. And so that's up to you how you would like to do that. Again, highly recommend checking out over here these compliance and best practices for outreach, along with some of the highlights right here. Okay. Just check that out if you're getting started with Smart Plans. It's very helpful information. Okay. So that is what actions look like when you're building a Smart Plan. Okay. So I'm going to back out of here and actually show you now what it looks like. You can hit the back button here or hit the Smart Plans tab, whichever. We're going to discard our changes. Remember I said up here at the top, you can create one from scratch. Now, hopefully this will make a little more sense when you jump in to look at it, because it is going to look quite plain compared to what we just did. We can hit apply. You pick the name. And again, completely blank on the left, and on the right, you actually have the steps and you can build it from complete scratch, however you would like to do it. Okay. And that's what it looks like. I kept telling you about how you can bulk add your contacts to a Smart Plan. So let me show you that really quick. You would go over here to your contacts tab. Use the filters however you want to make sure you're viewing the contacts that you want to be able to see. Okay. So let's say we kept talking about the birthday. So let's just do the birthday. So we'd click filter. I go to advanced. It's just me. It seems a little bit easier. Go to birthday. And I want everybody that has a birthday on their contact profile added to that birthday smart plan. So I want to see who has information in that birthday field, that it's not empty. That birthday date field on their contact profile is not empty. So I can hit apply. Okay, when you hit apply, I'm going to hit X for our demo, but when you hit apply, you should be viewing the contacts right here that have a birthday on file. Okay, make sure over here you're showing up to 500 contacts per page and then hit select all. When you hit select all button right here, this block that's in is a check mark in the header. It selects all. It would select up to 500 if I had 500 on this page. And the actions, this is called the bulk action menu. Give that a click and you have the option right here to add to a smart plan. If you give that a click, the smart plan drawer opens up over here to the right. You can scroll through and find the smart plan that you want. You can even click it to remind yourself what steps are on each one if you need to. You can add them to multiple smart plans. I could sit here and select every single one if I wanted to. Be careful with that because you want to make sure that you're not spamming your contacts again. You don't want to put them on 5 different smart plans that are all going to send out an email on today, or not create, you don't want to create 20 tasks for yourself for the same person all within the same week. Okay, so be mindful of it. You can't add a contact to the same smart plan more than once. Once they're on there, they're on there, but you can add a contact to more than one smart plan. So just be mindful. But right here, I know birthday is the one I want to add, so I can go ahead and hit select. It should give me an error. Yes, it did. It let me know that the contact is missing the birthday. Remember, we didn't put a birthday in his birthday field. So it actually lets me know they cannot be added to the birthday plan. Okay. So just know the system will try to help you as much as possible. But if that contact did have a birthday, it would go ahead and let me select it and add them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click X from that part. That's how you would add them up to 500 at a time. If I had more than 500, this would be workable. This little caret to flip to the next page, I would move over to the next 500 and repeat the same thing. Angela said, what's the button that you're seeing 500? This one right here where it says show one of one. If you give a click, if we had a gazillion contacts we were working with, we would view up to 500 contacts. Make sure the check mark is right there by 500 contacts and it would show up to 500 per that page. So when you select all, it would select up to the 500. Okay. Last but not least, let me show you how to track these smart plans. That would be within your reports tab. It's over here on the left, looks like a bar graph. Again, hit the red KW if you need the names, but right here under reports, you can actually go over here to the top right and choose emails and choose which applet. We want to choose SmartPlan applet. And you can even adjust the month if you want to, but right here, it'll actually show you how many have been sent out of your 5,000 limit, and you can view details on them. If I scroll down, it actually lets me look at delivery and engagement, how many were delivered, undelivered, opened, clicked, replied to, and even unsubscribed. And when you click on the view details underneath each one of these options, it shows you the email addresses that were involved, so you know who it was actually delivered to. Okay. Especially like the unsubscribed, if you want to go see, you can view details and it would show you the emails that have unsubscribed. If you scroll back down a little bit more, it shows you reputation metrics. This is how many times you've been marked as spam. And so you can actually come down here and view details on this as well. If you're using Smart Plans to do text and calls, you can come here and look that up as well. One more thing with the contacts back here in the contacts tab, if you want to look at an individual contact, you can do that by clicking on the name, and notice a Smart Plans tab is over here to the right. That's another way that you can come to a particular contact and see what smart plans they've been added to. Looks like this particular one hasn't been added to any. If I wanted to change that, I can simply click add to a smart plan right here and add them to a smart plan. Okay, so that's another way. There's a gazillion ways, not a gazillion. There's about 4 or 5 ways that you can add a contact to a smart plan. Again, it's just the convenience of command. They're trying to give you multiple ways to accomplish the same task, just to have you, or for use, or for, let me get my English out. It's just to make it easier on you as the user. Okay. And so you can do that right here. You can always come and look under their timeline as well. If you want to see, like, if a smart plan worked, it looks like this one actually got terminated in error. If we scroll back a little further, you can see like when a particular smart plan ended and that the command email actually was undelivered to this particular person because, shocker, it's a fake email. But it will actually give you that information as well in the timeline for that particular contact. So you can come in here and look up details if you want to as well. Okay. All right, guys, that is about it for our Smart Plans overview. Thank you for joining us. If you're here live with me, give me just a second. We're going to go over all the questions that we have in the chat here, and I'm going to try to get those answered for you. If you're watching this back on recording and you have any questions, need any help, or just want some free resources, reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.